Hey everyone, it's Lori with Rethink Home Interiors. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Today we are still working on 30 days around the house, 30 days where we are plowing through different projects, ideas, strategies, just to get our lives organized and back under control. And selfishly, I'm doing it to get my own house back under control after what has been a ridiculously busy time of year for us. Today we're going to be in the kitchen, and we'll be in my kitchen, which is an itty bitty kitchen. And you'll see there are some black holes in my cupboards where they go way back where you can't really access anything. And I'll show you some of the things that we use in our house to kind of maximize that storage. Now remember, if you are organizing to sell or organizing to dwell, you are going to be so much happier about it. And if you are selling, your buyers are going to be so impressed as they snoop through your cupboards. So I'm going to turn the camera around and into my kitchen so you can get a peek inside my cupboards. So here's my spice cupboard, and honestly, it does usually look like this. My son turned me on to the whole idea of organizing by alphabetical order. So I kind of go alphabetical order, and then by height, they end up going alphabetical order across the back shelf also. But I put them on these 3-tier things so that they're easy to see. I couldn't use like a Lazy Susan for that because it wouldn't hold enough, and there are 3-tiered ones that I could have used, but my height isn't that great here in this cupboard, so I opted for doing this, and it works really well. I have cooking spices on one side, and then I've got my specialty vinegars and things like that, and extracts and baking stuff over on the other. The one thing I do too is I like to save those nice glass bottles that you get at the grocery store or the spice store, and I use these labels that I just got at Martha Stewart, and they're chalkboard labels, and just label whatever I've put in there now, like bay leaves, for example. At our spice store come in a little Ziploc bag, which I don't love. They're not easy to store, so I've taken this one over for bay leaves, but I can change the label when I run out of bay leaves and I decide I'm going to store something else. The other thing I do here in the kitchen, and in this shelf in particular, is I use this as opposed to contact paper. What I like about this rubber grippy stuff is that in the spice cabinet, and you've probably seen it, you know, you get like with the pepper mill, pepper will kind of crumble out onto the counter and all of that. And this way it just kind of falls through the cracks, first of all, and then contact paper tends to wear over time in a cupboard that gets a lot of use. Now in my cabinet, since nothing's directly on the contact paper, it's not such a big deal, but in other cabinets it can be, and I don't like the way it looks when it gets all tired and fuzzy like that. And then here's my Lazy Susan again. This is a 10-inch, but my cupboards can actually fit a 12-inch Lazy Susan, but I've opted for the 10-inch here just to give me a little more breathing room. And this has been great because this used to be, I don't know if you can see, you can't really see all the way back there, but it's just not, it's not that user-friendly because it goes so far back. So I've done that on this shelf, and then up above I have all of my baking stuff also on a Lazy Susan, making it a lot easier to get to. The other thing I do is I store in airtight containers my flour, my sugar, my raw sugar, and I do have a little one for my brown sugar, but it's in the wash right now. So anyway, that's what I do for that. And then on the top shelf, I organize everything up there. This basket has all of my teas in it, kind of my bulkier teas and things like that. And then also I do all of my Sweet and Low, my Splenda, my raw sugar packets. I keep those all in here as well just because it's not easy to really store them. And then I have my loose tea packs kept in one of these little bamboo dividers, which I've gotten at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I just labeled it, so that's where the tea packets go, so the kids know at this point that's where their tea packets go. And then what I also do is I keep at the ready this little guy. So I've used an old milk glass container that I had, and I just fill it with Truvia and Equal and Splenda and Sweet and Low, so that when we have company over, then it's really just a quick grab and it's on the table. Let's see, what else do I want to show you up here? And then, yeah, I just have, like, odd things like my husband's Magic Bullet, some coffee supplies, and then some kind of overflow items, the salt and things like that up there on that shelf. So, hopefully you got some ideas from this video. I'm going to turn it back around and say goodbye. And we're back. Okay, so anyway, my point of showing you my cupboards is not to show you like, oh hey, look at me, I'm so organized, because by no means am I a super organized person. That said, I know that I just feel better when there is a place for stuff and there's a system. And my kids are now at the age where they're, teenagers, where they want to be in the kitchen and they want to be cooking their own stuff. So if there's a place for things to go, it's a lot easier for them to help clean up and be more responsible in the kitchen. And to be honest with you, it just kind of saves a little bit of my sanity. So anyway, and then one last tip for today, which I did forget to share with you, is I change my spices out once a year. Right around Passover and Easter, I clean everything out and I begin to buy new, because spices do lose their effectiveness after about a year. And if you're really like a big foodie, like my husband is, then you can definitely taste the difference. So that is my other tip for the day. So for more tips and ideas, head over to rethinkHomeInteriors.com. Stay tuned for the other 30 days tips that are going on, and head over to our Pinterest board for our 30 days boards. Have a great one.